All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147 pounds or the 154 pound division, where just got wind of a prediction that was made by Brian Mcintyre about Errol Spence Jr. and specifically says what Errol Spence Jr. is going to do in his comeback. And I think it's good news. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I feel encouraged and I feel good because I am, without a doubt, an Errol Spence Jr. fan. Like the guy very, very much as a person. Seems like a really straight up, straightforward guy. Love his fighting style. Very, very entertaining. Appreciate his fan base. All of the above. He's got a good family, got a great coach. Like Errol Spence Jr. very much. And it's very unfortunate that in my opinion, I think it's unfortunate that he got beat up in the style that he got beat up by Terrence Crawford. Not saying it's unfortunate that he lost the fight, because it can't be unfortunate when you say, look, I want to see these two guys fight. When it gets to the point of these guys getting in the ring, it's let the best man win. And as long as one man's not cheating and the other man doesn't get robbed, you shouldn't have any sore feelings at too long after the fight about the outcome of it, because Terrence Crawford having beat him just proved that Terrence Crawford put in the work over the many, many years of him being a fighter, that his talent, that his skill and all of that shine to the moment. And that's a beautiful thing for him and his family because he deserves it. He earned it. Right. And I never want to take away things from people that they earned. Now, I'm not going to give you things that you didn't earn, unless you're my son or my daughter. In that case, yeah, no worries. I got a lot of money, son. You can have some, right? Because I love you. But when it comes to boxing and sports, man, and what people's accolades are, I like to try my absolute best to give people what they deserve and not a lot more. So it's not a bad thing that Terrence Crawford won the fight. It's a good thing that Terrence Crawford won the fight because, hey, man, that's what you want in the world. You want people to get what they earn so that you, when the time comes and the situation calls for it, you get what you deserve. Now, I did think it was unfortunate the way the fight took place and the way that he lost, because it was a very severe loss. And it was one that where he looked to a lot of people, not just myself, but a lot of people, that he was not really the same fighter. He looked like wobbly. He looked weak. He just did not look right. So to hear what Brian McIntyre had to say about Errol going into the 154 pounds, which was the following, that he believes that Errol can beat all these guys at 154 pounds. That to me, I think was a great thing for two reasons. One, it shows a lot of class on behalf of Brian McIntyre, and because, during the lead into the fight, over the 5-year lead into the fight, there was a lot of things that were said, especially out of Terrence Crawford's camp, about Errol Spence Jr. that I thought was kind of foul and really, really over the top, right? A drunk ain't SHIT, this, that, and the other thing. I just thought that stuff was I thought it was over the top, where you really didn't hear as much of that from Errol Spence Jr.'s camp, right? But whatever the case is, I thought that once everything is over, you respect your opponent, you take the credit that you deserve, and the bragging rights that you deserve, which Terrence Crawford definitely deserved, and Bomac definitely deserved. They deserved their fish fry. They deserved all of that stuff that they did, without a doubt. Because, hey, man, they took a lot of pressure for over a lot of years before that took place. But to then say, hey, man, to wish well for Errol Spence Jr. moving forward and predict good things for him, I think just as a personal expression of class and of dignity, I think that displays class and dignity on the part of Terrence Crawford's team, specifically Brian McIntyre. Also, I don't think that he would be telling stories, so it gives me hope that Errol Spence Jr. will still do very well at 154 pounds, regardless of what the outcome is of the rematch that is going to take place between Errol and Terrence, which my understanding is, or at least my belief is, that it will be at 154 pounds because there's no reason for it not to be at 154. And it would kind of be a bad look for Terrence Crawford if he didn't take it at 154, because it's very clear, at least by Errol's words, that Errol can't really comfortably make 147 pounds. Not that that is the problem of Terrence Crawford, but if Terrence says, look, man, I'm trying to fight Canelo Alvarez, I've done everything that I can do or that I need to do at 147 pounds. If you'll fight other people at 154, why wouldn't you fight Errol Spence Jr. at 154 pounds? If that makes sense to you. So that's what I expect to see. Now, also, I have a suspicion, man, we're going to see a much better Errol Spence Jr. in that rematch. And the reason that I think we're going to see a much better one in that rematch is because Errol would have been active. Even though he took a shellacking, he had a fight. And one of the things that I really did not like about what was going on with Errol is the fact that he takes so long in between fights. 15 months, 2 years, and obviously due by injuries and all of that stuff. But also I have a real belief that he was injured going into that fight. I still don't understand why his eyes look puffy. As I've seen pictures of him since then, and his eyes look more puffy than they were a couple years ago. So that's still a bit of a concern for me. But I think he's going to come out and perform a lot better. And I love that he's going to get the opportunity to do it. Specifically, I like that they're going to get the opportunity to do that on BLK Prime. No, did I say BLK Prime? Definitely not BLK Prime. Amazon Prime. Now, ain't that a mug? I just realized the connection between the two of them. BLK Prime to Amazon Prime, man. That's hilarious. But anyway, man, I appreciated what Brian McIntyre had to say. Obviously, the guys at 154 he's talking about are guys like Erickson Lubin, Tim Tszyu. My personal opinion about Tim Tszyu is if Errol Spence Jr. is fully healthy, he's going to wax Tim Tszyu. If he's fully healthy, he'll wax Tim Tszyu. I'm not. But like Jermell, who he'll probably never fight, Sebastian Fundora, all those guys, man, I do believe that they're definitely a little bit lower level or significantly lower level than Terrence Crawford is. So it's all up for, it's all up in the air, man. But I can't wait to see it. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.